In Act 3, Scene 2 of The Merchant of Venice, at Portia's house, Portia wants Bassanio to wait a few days before he undertakes her father's challenge, because she's worried he might choose incorrectly and thus be forced to leave her. Perhaps if she has more time with Bassanio, she can teach him to choose right. Bassanio cannot take the suspense of not knowing his future and insists on undertaking the challenge right away. He professes his love for Portia, and Portia hopes his love will guide him to choose the correct casket. Bassanio reasons his way through the challenge, rejecting the gold and silver caskets because the world is deceived with ornament. He settles upon the lead casket and finds Portia's image inside. Both Portia and Bassanio rejoice at this outcome and agree to marry. Portia gives Bassanio a ring. Gratiano then reveals his own plan to marry Nerissa. Lorenzo and Jessica arrive with Salerio, who brings Bassanio a message from Venice. Antonio has lost his ships and therefore is unable to pay Shylock. Bassanio is forced to tell Portia the true state of his finances, which is just terrible, but she is unfazed by his confession. She is more concerned with Antonio's welfare. Portia offers any sum necessary to save Antonio's life, even though Salerio tells her Shylock claims he will refuse her repayment if offered. Jessica confirms her father's stubbornness, saying he has told her he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value of the sum. Portia sends Bassanio back to Venice to help his friend. Portia's declaration that Bassanio will win the challenge if he truly loves her speaks to her confidence in his ability to choose and her confidence in her father's judgment, despite her complaints about the rather odd casket challenge. Indeed, when Bassanio wins the challenge, he sees almost precisely what Portia's father wanted his future son-in-law to see in the caskets. Bassanio looks at the gold casket and knows not to be deceived by appearances. He even refers to skulls and graves concealed by ornaments. Interestingly, Bassanio's choice of casket is based on the process of elimination. He is well aware of the 2 caskets he should not choose, but he makes no reference to the inscription on the lead casket that requires him to give and hazard all he hath. It may be he noticed Portia's hints about which casket to choose. After all, he has proven himself perceptive where conversational nuance is concerned, as in his recognition of Shylock's threat to Antonio in Act 1, Scene 3. In Portia's first sentence to him in Act 3, Scene 2, she says, "Pause a day or two before you hazard." And, although a legitimate synonym for risk, hazard is part of the inscription on the lead casket. "Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath." Her words contain another clue as well. Portia tells Bassanio she has given all of herself to him, implying that he must now give all he has to her.